physical conditions or arrangements under which such person is detained pending the execution of the sentence by virtue of any law or practice in force immediately before the commencement of the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms Constitutional Amendment Act 2011. In other words, Jamaica, they still can hang. Simple. It depends with books, so they still can hang. Hanging can be one of the things where the judge with the gap and assessing. They would have asked for a pause or a stay upon that, so no judge know now they say death penalty for nobody. The worst one, I would have probably murder, the worst crime where you can enact against individuals in our country. And the government would have already signed on for that treaty there and say the judge them not supposed to even give it, but we want to make you know as youths where they in Jamaica and feel like they can't. The last person executed in Jamaica was Nathan Foster. He was executed in 1988. Check this, now them can tomorrow. So then they don't need to create a new law to start back paying people. When going to parliament, they say, then they remove the stay on the order, the execution order, so judge can now use it. And we have to understand, say, if we sit down and make them do that, tomorrow they can start execute people. We want to point out, so one of the reasons why the UN need even for them to stop the hanging is because it has been proven many times that people in especially third world countries who don't have that close access to the watchdog or watch authorities then have been murdered even when they're not guilty. The truth. We have to understand these things, and that's why I don't understand how Jamaica just lower up the things so and make them there in a parliament every day. They change rule, they change law. Right now them change parliament, the laws. We make it even easier for them change the laws and change the constitution. This constitution we may read out now a shaky ground because the Andrew Wellness-led administration changed even the rules as to how you used to go about making a change or amendment to the constitution. But we'll talk about that in a future video. So with that said, know yourself, watch how the road, then can hang you. And when they hang you, it's our name law and legal in Jamaica, we can do a sorry for you. 9. Nothing contained in or done under the authority of any law shall be held to be inconsistent with or in contravention of subsection 3F of this section and sections 14 and 16 to the extent that the law authorizes the taking in relation to a person detained or whose freedom of movement have been restricted by virtue of the law of measures that are reasonably justified for the purpose of dealing with the situation that exists during the period of public emergency or public disaster. What that means? Basically that means that when public emergency or public disaster come, the law different. The law we would have work off a country have to do it where they would have write down in the Emergency Powers Act. But that's the next one we may have to deal with because that a bare madness in that Jamaica. I don't know where we did there when we met Mr. Wholeness and his stinking party conjured that the document there. Say it have a govern the country in the case of an emergency. Madness in people. But we'll talk about it. Alright, so Section 13 of the Constitution, subsection 10 states, a person who is detained or whose freedom has been restricted by virtue. Hold on, to start over. A person who is detained or whose freedom of movement has been restricted by virtue only of a law referred to in subsection 9 may request a review of his case at any time during the period of detention or restriction, but any request subsequent to the initial request shall not be made earlier than 6 weeks after the last made such request, and if he makes such a request in case shall be reviewed promptly by an independent and impartial tribunal, which shall be immediately established pursuant to law and presided over by a person appointed by a Chief Justice of Jamaica from among the persons qualified to be appointed as a judge of the Supreme Court. In other words, this would probably have to do with cartel. So where basically they say, every time cartel lawyer put in one request or that put in for the case to get reviewed, they have to wait 6 weeks before we can put in another request. Now when him put in each request him put in, them get the time for him case reviewed by one independent tribunal where I go establish each time. Well, as I say, until you get locked up, you don't really need to pay attention too much to that part there. But it would guarantee say this is your right in the case say you're guilty of an offense or have been found or accused of an offense. But remember, are your right same way, so we want to remember all of them. Boom. Move on. 11. Oh yeah, and any review of a tribunal in pursuance of subsection 10 that I want to just read. The case of any person who is detained or whose freedom of movement has been restricted, the tribunal may give direction to the authority by whom such detention or restriction was ordered concerning the continued detention or restriction of movement of that person, and the authority shall act in accordance with such direction. In other words, the tribunal where them have to create when you appeal. The tribunal where them create are going to review your case, and if they review your case, then can send back orders to the court where they lock you up, the magistrate court or whatever. When they send back the orders to the court to say, yo, give him bail or whatever, the court where they lock you up have to give you the bail. You understand me? It's as simple as that, but just remember say I want to write to subsection 11 of section 13 of the Constitution. So 10 and 11 really have specific application to people who are accused of an offense against the law. 12. Nothing contained in or done under the authority of any law in force immediately before the commencement of the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms, Constitution Amendment 2011, relating to sexual offences, obscene publications, or offences regarding the life of the unborn shall be held inconsistent with or in contravention of the provisions of this chapter. In other words, all of the rights and the rules and everything within this remain for everybody. In the cases of sexual offences, obscene publications, or offences regarding the life of the unborn child would have fallen in a category for special review, or they would have a specific act where I deal with that way. As I said, my aim is to explore as much of the laws as we can before them kill me in this. But no fear, we just want to do it as long as we're here. Boom. Alright, next one we want to know is the last one. So yeah, it has to do with protection of rights. 13. Alright, and in this section, public education institution means an all-age school, a pre-primary school, or a primary school that is maintained or assisted by the government. So again, this last one is in reference to the education right of a child, which was section 6. So 6, no person shall be blah, blah, blah. 6 and 7. Oh, that's 6 and 7. I don't remember that part. Let me reach 12, 30. Alright, so see there, we're done. Hope you mighty race. Accomplish what you will. Alright. Yeah, so this is 14. Oh yeah, alright. So see preview there. Section 14 important to every youth to know say you're free, you're go out with some things already. If you ever commit a crime, then you want to pay attention to the upcoming video when we review section 14. Now Jamaica. See it. It's never easy, but we reach. What this mean now Jamaica? I want to know if you understand say people them who are called politicians, who feel like they are of Jamaica. Number one, all of them have visa. All of them can run and go somewhere else, Jamaica. So we need the average Jamaican to understand that we can make them nasty with Jamaica and then run and go somewhere else. Mr. PJ Patterson in control of Jamaica for 18 years and he rape and rob Jamaica mercilessly. and where him live now don't live at Jamaica. Now we need to understand so Mr. Wellness did in the seat now and we have to watch it. Personally, I don't trust him. None at all. It can't be say since he might take money from Bill Gates, he can start buy clocks and show up on clocks. And me I work hard long time and wear clocks and bank up and gear. But since he start rob up money now he feel so secure that he know they do all kind of things and feel that people want to watch him. Nobody want to watch him, me I watch him. But me I say I can't do it alone Jamaica. All of we have to watch them. We have to understand that mankind corrupt. Mankind as an entity and I'm not always to give your life and shut your eye because human being has proven countless occasions that they are corruptible. When it comes on to money, possession, human beings have proven that they will do a lot to get more. This vaccine thing come up, and they say I never wanted to be a part of this today. We have to talk, man. We just want to talk. Mr. Christopher Tufton, Minister of Health. I say Mr. because I don't call him doctor. Because he don't have a medical degree. He have a degree in philosophy. Now, you have to understand, say, in the on TV, I say, the corona vaccine is safe. We get some more doctors from Jamaica for vaccine. Now Jamaica don't have no research institute. They miss one vial and I hope say that one a wise person in Jamaica teeth it and test one night. You can tell Jamaica exactly the chemical composition of the vial so they must stop and put it on. But while him there on TV I tell you say the vaccine is safe. I want to realize say the AstraZeneca, the Pfizer, they require all governments to purchase the vaccine to sign what is called a liability waiver. But what that means is that if the vaccine where they must sell enough is a poison on the body and 1 or 10 or all out drop dead tomorrow, the government or no family can seek no compensation from Pfizer or Moderna or any of the other vaccine manufacturers. The compensation for negligence, for anything with them that do wrong in the making of the vaccine. Now people check the internet, don't take my word for it. Now that's a dangerous position to put yourself in. If the people who make it need somebody to sign say they're not responsible for what I do to you, how can you be taking a man's word say there's something in the virus safe when that man who I tell you say it's safe not qualified to even test it, much less. Second thing I want to put as a footnote on that video, I want to consider Jamaica. Say, they give the poor people in Jamaica $10,000 from last year, May or June, where them say on a COVID relief because them care. Now that they call it care, there's a care. And $10,000 that they would have gone in to suffice in a life. Then they lock down all kind of business, everybody. Every little business where they claim say not essential, then lock it down for about a year. But here now enough people, 10,000 going in and them lock down all business places for a year. And then them going to parliament people and them a make some COVID protocol where them have to say people breach it, them have to go pay. And they make the policy where the government can charge any individual a breach the protocol as much me hear as $500,000 for certain breaches, and the smallest one must be $10,000. So them give $10,000 one time from last year, and I go tell you say if you're there in your house all hungry and left out for breach the protocol, conditions might differ. them can fine you as much as $500,000, and that them call care. Jamaica, you have to have